Welcome to Park Grove Christian Church. This is The Groove at the Grove. I'm Reverend Andy Campbell, the Deadhead Rev, welcoming all of you today. I want to tell a little brief story, and then I have some announcements. There was the story about the Easter Sunday at the large church, and the pews were filled. There was hardly any room for anybody else left to come. Everybody was dressed in their finest, the colors. The choir was ready to play. The preacher had his best sermon ready. And all of a sudden, there showed up a visitor, what they might have called an old hippie. And this gentleman showed up, and he had on dirty jeans. He had on sandals that looked like he'd worn them for the last 15 years, a raggedy, torn tie-dye shirt. His head hair was in a ponytail. He was carrying a backpack. And he strolled up into the church, looked around the sanctuary, trying to find his place. He stared and stared at the vast space filled with people, and he walked his way down towards the front. Walked up in front of the first pew, and he set himself down on the floor right there. Just took it upon himself to sit on the floor there in the church. Well, everybody was aghast, and the ladies of the church were wondering, well, how was this going to be allowed to happen? And then Elder Jones stood up and approached the man, and everybody felt better. You see, Elder Jones was a patriarch of the church, and he had been there for so much time, and he was always the voice of reason, a righteous man, always doing the right things. Well, Elder Jones would take care of this situation. He walked down to the front. He walked back as people stared at him, and he approached this gentleman who had taken his spot on the floor, and he looked down at the gentleman, and he tapped him on the shoulder, and the gentleman looked up at him. And Elder Jones sat next to him and said, "Do you mind if I join you?" You see, that's what welcome is. That's what it means that you are welcome here at Park Grove Community Church just as you are. Nobody has any expectations of how you're going to dress, what you look like, how your hair is styled, the color of your skin, the language that comes out of your mouth, the love you express to another individual, and how you express that love. It doesn't matter. You're welcome here. Now, I will tell you that everybody is welcome here, but if you have issues with people because of who they love, what they look like, their economic status, or the country where they may have been born, I don't guarantee that you'll feel comfortable. You will feel welcome, but you may not feel totally comfortable. So know that love is what dictates what we do here. Loving our neighbors, loving our Creator with all of our heart, mind, soul, and body. So come here today, feeling welcome, welcoming others, and spreading the news of love. Now I want to hear Anthony and Todd as they gift us with their musical talents.
Where you surly gone, I was happy and free. Well, I looked for my friend, but I never could find. I found they were all rank strangers to me. Everybody I met seemed to be a rank stranger. No mother or dad, not a friend could I see. Well, they looked for my friend, but I'll be them in heaven, where no one will be stranger to me. Well, they all moved away, said the voice of a stranger, to a new shiny home on the bright crystal sea. And we'll meet them someday. We all go together, and no one will be a stranger to me. Everybody I know seem to be a rank stranger. No mother or dad, not a friend could I see. Well, I hope you someday, when you join me, where no one will be a stranger to me.
Think of the number of people that were strangers to me at some point that have now become great friends. And what a great song. Love that idea. I got a couple of announcements before I read a little bit for you. If you're here in person, go get some pizza. We got plenty of pizza here, so help yourself. You don't have to wait for a break. Just go ahead and get some. If you're on your way here, hurry up and get some pizza, so please feel free. I also have a couple of announcements for some events that are coming up in the future here at Park Grove as part of what we do here at the Groove at the Grove. On Saturday, June the 20th, we're going to celebrate the summer solstice with a day-long celebration beginning at 10 o'clock with vendors. There'll be Grateful Dead karaoke, there'll be open mic, and beginning at 5 o'clock, we have 3 different bands that are going to play into the night. So thinking of the longest day meets the Mother Road here, we're right off of Route 66. Come and join us for a summer solstice celebration. And then in this October upcoming, October 16th and 17th, we're going to be celebrating the Grateful Dead family here in Tulsa with the First Train to Tulsa Festival. 2 nights of music at the Shrine. Saturday the 17th, we'll have a shakedown style festival here at Park Grove. So mark your calendars for June the 20th. For the summer solstice celebration, and for October 16th and 17th, and yes, that is Bob Weir's birthday and John Mayer's birthday on the 16th, we'll be here celebrating with fellow Deadheads with 4 different bands that weekend, and there'll be more details to come. Thank you for your patience. I want to read a little bit of Luke's gospel to you today. And if anybody wants to know what it is that really radicalized me, it was reading Luke's gospel was the one that did it. And this is a passage in the 14th chapter referred to as the cost of discipleship. Now large crowds were traveling with him, and he turned and said to them, "Whoever comes to me and does not hate father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yes, and even life itself, cannot be my disciple. Whoever does not carry the cross and follow me cannot be my disciple. For which of you, intending to build a tower, does not first sit down and estimate the cost to see whether he has enough to complete it? Otherwise, when he has laid a foundation and is not able to finish, all who see it will begin to ridicule him, saying, "This fellow began to build and was not able to finish." Or what king, going out to wage war against another king, will not sit down first to consider whether he is able with 10,000 to oppose the one who comes against him with 20,000? If he cannot, then, while the other is still far away, he sends a delegation and asks for the terms of peace. So therefore, none of you can become my disciples if you do not give up all of your possessions. May our Creator bless the reading of this word.
Thank you. This is an original song called Castaway. Take my trouble, leave 'em on the river bay. Don't take my trouble, leave it on the river bay. Let the cold dark water cover my head. Let the cold dark water cover my head. Leave my trouble on this windowsill. Don't leave my trouble here on this windowsill. If I step off no more, will I feel? If I step off no more, will I feel? Oh, you step in this bottle, drink until I'm dead. I could jump in this bottle and I could drink till I'm dead. Let the cold brown liquor be my dying breath. Let the cold brown liquor be my dying breath. Well, I hit my knees and I began to pray. You see, I hit my knees and I began to pray. Please, Lord, come down and cast my blues away. Please, Lord, take my hand, take my blues away. And then the Lord reached down, He took me by the hand. Then the Lord reached down and He took me by the hand. He opened up my eyes and He showed me His promised land. He opened up my eyes and showed me the promised land. It's all around you now, this glorious promise.
I kept thinking maybe I had something to say, but the less I say and the more you play, the better off we're going to be today. That's just fantastic. Oh, I could listen to you all day, all day. And we'll do that after I get done speaking. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Would you pray with me for just a moment? Holy Creator, be with me and give me the words I need to reach the people. Amen. So I read a little bit of scripture, a little bit of sayings from Jesus in the 14th chapter of Luke a moment ago, and I don't know if it was very subtle of which part I was trying to emphasize there. I think I may have emphasized a certain portion of that paragraph about what it meant to be a disciple and how to judge things. It was the part about the king who, before they wage war, would try to predict the outcome. You know, I would like to tell you that wars and everything in the Bible are always forbidden, that wars are always seen as a bad thing. But unfortunately, there's too many times, particularly in the Old Testament and the Hebrew Bible, where we see war being justified, war being the means by which God, Yahweh, the Creator, gives land to people, that brings righteousness about, that holds off the Philistines at the young King David. That war seems to be a pretty common thing, doesn't it? And to tell you, if we look at the history of our humanity, war does seem to be a pretty human thing. We seem to be really good at starting them, not so good at finishing them. We look throughout our history. We know, the statues that we see of other human beings around the world are usually those who waged war, who went into battle, that those are the ones who are lifted up in our society. There is a wonderful book by Cormac McCarthy where the protagonist talks about how war is actually our God. And I have a difficult time as I read that fighting against the idea based on our human history, that we worship war. We tend to worship violence. We tend to sometimes glorify and justify the killing of others for some strange reason. And it's only after we have stopped seeing children of God as worthy of life as we are. As I spoke about last week, if God was indeed on our side, God would not march us off into war, but indeed God would stop the next war. But holding up the mirror to what we look right now, we are a warring nation. A couple of weeks ago, we as a nation, our leaders made the decision to start bombing another country, to start killing others, and not really worrying about children. When you begin to refer to children who have not yet lived even close to a joyous life, and they no longer are children, but yet collateral damage, where is our humanity? When young girls become statistics, and when we blame them for having a school built in too close a proximity to a soldier's base. It's like we ask the victim of assault, what was she wearing to bring it on? War has been with us, and it seems that unless we change drastically, war is continuing to be with us. And we see the consequences of this war. We don't seem to have an end game. We see how it affects the prices that we pay here at home. We see how it further divides us between left and right, Democrat and Republican, red or blue state. This is the mirror I hold up to you today. That what king, perhaps going to wage war against another king, doesn't weigh out the consequences to see if it's worth it? We may have had some wars that have been worth it. I don't know. I think World War II is up for debate on whether we needed to do everything we did. But at the end, we create widows. We create statues and monuments and battlefields that are spilled with blood. Until the next time, And then that one will end until the next time. Until the next time. Until we begin to understand that no war is going to be different than the last one, we'll continue to wage them. We will continue to wage them. My prayer is that we recognize that in all of the religions of the world, the basic tenet is peace. There is not a religion of violence. There is not a religion that demands that they be the only religion in the world. We can live together, and we can coexist, and we can do it in peace. Can you imagine, as we all would like to, if we took the effort and the money and the resources that have been put into killing each other and instead into healthcare, into feeding one another and housing one another and taking care of all of the stray dogs and cats and everything else, we'd still have half of that money left over if we didn't spend it on war. Let us be instruments of peace. Let us lead the way. And let us recognize that every human being is indeed a child of God, to be loved and cherished. So today I want to talk a little bit about a song as a deadhead that came to mind this week. I saw my first show in 1979, and one of the songs that they played, and one of the songs that I knew before I went to the show, having heard it a couple of times, was the song Playing in the Band. What a wonderful tune. I think that is one Grateful Dead song I've always known it. You know, I'm not sure which was the first song I ever listened to, but Playing in the Band was one of those staples. And I'm not sure, but it seems to me, and it's probably an exaggerated memory, but I think they played Playing in the Band every time I saw them. Even if they were playing 3 or 4 nights in a row, it seemed I was always going to hear Playing in the Band I know I'm exaggerating, they didn't do that, but it feels like I caught Playing in the Band a lot. And that was always a good thing. It was always this extended jam. But there were parts of it, as I've always been. I love the music. I love Jerry's guitar. I love Bob's singing. But the words. It's always been the lyrics that kind of got to me, you know. Let's see what I can do here. Oh, an advertisement showed up. And I was going to go for the lyrics here of Playing in the Band. And it talks about at the beginning, some folks trust in reason and others trust in might. You see the juxtaposition there right from the very beginning of the song. You're given two kinds of outlook on life, what kind of people there are. Now, I'm not one of those that always says, well, in life, there's two kinds of people, the people that do this and then the people that don't. It's very simple to do that, but sometimes it's a good starting point, isn't it? A good lens from which we kick off. And there are people who use their brains and there are people who use their brawn. There are those who trust in reason, others trust in might. And our author has seen the fallacy of both ways and declares, I don't trust to nothing. But here's the good news. But I know it come out right. Do you see that regardless of somebody trying to use their logic to impose their will or their brawn, the singer here, our narrator, has said, I'm not buying into that because I know in the end things will come out all right without them being forced. Say it once again now. Oh, I hope you understand. When it's done and over, in the end, when it gets down to brass tacks, when we're all there at the same place, Lord, a man is just a man. Can we say a person is just a person? I don't want to be misogynist about this, but a human is just a human. In the end, when it all comes down to it, that's who we are. Playing in the band, daybreak on the land. Then we go back again to the next verse, and again, that juxtaposition of the different types of people. Some folks look for answers, and others look for fights. Have we seen a bit of that lately? Have you noticed a little bit of that in social media? I'm looking for a fight anywhere I can get one, it seems sometimes, if you follow me. I'm ready to disagree with anybody on a post on Facebook or Twitter or any of the other places. But also, we're also looking for answers, aren't we? I mean, we want people to help us out. We're trying to find out what truth is. It's a difficult time, isn't it? And then you have those who seem to be out there. And maybe this is where some of us fit in. And I kind of feel this bit that some folks climb the treetops, just look to see the sights, or as Bobby puts it sometimes, looking for their kites. Sometimes you have to venture out and take a different perspective on things. All right, who here has climbed up a tree in the last 10 years, as they say? Who among us has climbed up a tree in the last 10 years? I'm getting a little old for it, but I remember it. And you remember climbing up on a tree to get a different perspective on life and to see things differently. There's a story in scriptures about Zacchaeus in Jericho can't get a glimpse of Jesus. So what does he do? Climbs up a tree, a sycamore tree, just to look to see the sights. Goes on to say, I can tell what's in your future, just look what's in your hand. But I can't stop for nothing. I'm just playing in the band. Your future is in your hands. You realize that? He's telling you, if you want to look to your future, you are in control. You're the one who has the hands on the wheel. You have the buttons, the joystick, whichever metaphor you want to use for dictating how we go in life. There it is. Playing in the band, playing in the band. Standing on a tower. Again, that different perspective. World at my command, you just keep a turning while I'm playing in the band. Standing on a tower, world at my command. It's the self-realization that yes, you are important. That you, as an individual, see the world from your tower. That you are in charge of your reaction to it and how you view it and how you interpret it. All the while, the author is just going to continue being fully themselves by playing in the band. Do we see that this is what the author is telling us, is that their fulfillment continues to be, no matter what everybody else is doing, I'm going to be fully me by playing in the band. A lot of people might judge that, wouldn't they? You're just going to go around and play music your whole life? You're just going to play a silly instrument, not amount to anything? There is a story about a woman who was seen as an adulterer, and the punishment for adultery was to be put to death by stoning. And Jesus saw this was occurring, and he went up to the people, and he said, you're right, this is all good and right, but the person who will cast the first stone should be the one who has never sinned. Is there anybody here that can cast that first stone? I know I gave that up years ago because of the things I've done. So the author says, if there's a man among you got no sin upon your hands, let you cast a stone at me for playing in the band. Who is to judge us? Why do we feel the need to pass judgment on other people for just being who they are? Why do we need to judge people because they choose to play music that they feel strongly about, or that they paint, or that they sculpt, or that they write in ways that come from their heart? Why do we choose to cast stones at people because they love somebody we don't think they should be allowed to love? Why do we cast stones at people simply because we won the lottery in the geography where we were born? The geography lottery is sometimes the only thing that makes us different from one another, is the location of our birth. Who are we to judge people because they weren't the recipients of generational wealth and an inheritance. Put yourself in others' shoes. Walk around in them for a little while. But in the end, the message of playing in the band is to keep playing the music. Keep being yourself. Pay attention to all these people who are looking for fights, who are looking for answers, who are looking for reasons, who are looking for something different. But if you can find your fulfillment, if you can find your heart, and for those who have truly found their calling and who give us fully of themselves, hasn't it always been a gift? Haven't we looked upon those who have been bold and being creative and loving and doing things differently outside of the norm? Hasn't it always been a gift to humanity when they have been bold and not scared? And that includes the one I follow, Jesus. Out of the norm, out of the ordinary, judged all the time. In fact, even killed for it, the things he did. Keep being yourself and try to let the people around you be themselves as well. And as long as ourselves don't hurt the other self, as long as we don't disparage, demand, or demean or oppress the other, continue to be yourself in love, compassion. Keep playing in the band. Keep dancing to the music. Keep enjoying life as God has blessed us. Because the more we listen to the music, the more we dance, the more we love, the less time we have to consider that there are people that we need to hate, the less time we have to wage war. Keep dancing, keep loving, and keep playing in the band. Amen. So now I would like to invite our musical guest to play a final song for the service. I will give us a brief benediction before we move into the Sunday set list.
Nice to see you, dear. This song's for you, too. The name of the song is A Song for You. Oh, my land is like a wine pool. Going all around every day. Trims and it shakes till every tree's blue. Rose and meadow and it rose and day. So take me down to your dance floor. I won't mind the people when they stay. Paint a different color on your front door. And tomorrow we will still be there. Oh, Jesus built a ship for us to sing to. It sails the rivers and it sails the tide. Some of my friends don't know who they belong to. But some can't get a single thing to work inside. Oh, take me down to your dance floor. I won't mind the people when they stay. paint a different color on the front door. And tomorrow we will still be there. Loved you every day, and now I'm leaving. I can see the hurt that's in your eyes. I hope you know a lot more than you believe in. So the sun don't hurt you if you cry. Oh, take me down to your dance floor. I won't mind people when they stay. Paint a different color on the front door. And tomorrow we will still be there. And tomorrow we will still be there.
Thank you so much. I'm glad your daughter showed too. Yeah, that's a nice thing. Good to see you out there. Thank you for being here today for the Groove at the Grove. We'll move right into the Sunday set list. I thank you for your attention to what I've had to say today, to listening to our music, and remember that every once in a while you will get shown the light in the strangest of places if you look at it right. Go in peace from here today. But now let's stay and listen to the Sunday set list.
All right, thanks everybody for having us. Get the snacks and pizza right behind you. And teas and all kinds of things. This has been real fun. Glad to be here. Let Todd tighten up his strings just a little bit here. Temperatures dropped quite a few degrees. Okay. Trailed by 20 hounds. Didn't get sleep last night till the morning came. She said, I'm running, gonna take my time. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. I get home before daylight. Just might get some sleep tonight. Went down to the river, met the devil there. He loaned me $20 bill, made that in the air. He said, I'm gonna take my the devil is a friend of mine. I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. See, I got 2 reasons why I rage long day. See, the first one ain't too angry. She's my heart's delight. Second one is prison day. The sheriff's on my trail. Well, if he catches up with me, no spin my finger. See, I got a wife and Chino, Cherokee. First one says she got my child. It don't look like it. She said I'm running, but I take my time. Then the devil is a friend of mine. I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. Todd Harkreader. Got a wife a cheater, born in Cherokee. First one said she got my child, but it don't look like it. I said I'm running, but I take my time. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. I get home before daylight, well I just might get some sleep tonight. Well, I went down to the level and met the devil. Well, he stole my $20 bill. Yeah. And I said I'm running, but I take my time. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. Like a wild beast. See, I know you gotta miss me when I'm gone. Said I know you gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss your baby rolling in your arms. The sun's gonna shine on my back door someday. I said the sun's gonna shine on my back door someday. Well, I'll let its light shine my dreams away. Well, wish I was a big man on your northbound train. Wish I was a big man on your northbound train. Well, I shine light on that house. I'd say, I know you're right, gonna miss me when I'm gone. I say, I know you're right, gonna miss me when I'm gone. Gonna miss your baby rolling in your arms. Thank y'all. She's got everything she needs. She's an artist. She don't look back. She's got everything she needs, and she's an artist. She don't look back. She can change a day to night, change a nighttime time. Well, now she never stumbles. She's got no place to fall. Now she never stumbles. She's got no place to fall. She's nobody's baby. The law can't touch her at all. You will start out standing, proud to give her anything she needs. You will start out standing, proud to give her anything she needs. You'll find yourself on the knees by the keyhole of your knee. She wears an Egyptian ring, and it sparkles every time she speaks. She wears an Egyptian ring, it sparkles every time she speaks. You're a hypnotist collector, she's walking empty. Down her on Sunday, salute her when her birthday comes. We'll bow down to her on Sunday, salute her when her birthday comes. Christmas good, chocolate. New Year's a big run. She's got everything she needs, and she's an artist. She don't look back. She's got everything she needs. She's an artist. She don't look back. She can change the day to night, change the nighttime night, change the day to night, change the nighttime night. It's my friend Todd Harkreader playing dobro. Want to sing it?
Not so much yet.
I can never get him to sing a song, but he sings very well. I'll play another song of mine. You laid on the ball. She let loose her water, big as old Niagara, all the folks in old Johnstown. What a great calamity befell the town that day. There were 2,200 dead, no man made to pray. Oh, way down in the valley, I called out to my Lord. Oh Lord, why would you take my family in that terrible Johnstown flood? Well, the rich folks fancy fishing, so they built a dam in that loose water on the folks in old Johnstown. Train locomotive 2 miles from its rail, there were 2,200 dead, no man oh, way down in the valley, well, I called out to Lord, why would you take my family in that terrible Johnstown? There were 700 tombstones lined upon that hill. Some folks were never found, but I guess they never will. But there were 2,200 dead on that mournful day. 2,200 dead, Lord, everything. in the valley. I call out to my Lord. Oh Lord, why did you take my family? That terrible Johnstown flood. Oh Lord, why would you take my family? That terrible Johnstown flood. The lake on them all, she let loose her water. There's a song about holding your tongue. It sounds like it's about food, but it's really about holding your tongue. I might better check my There's the program.
You don't need that one anyway.
It sounds so much better when it's right. You want to stop and do that, but you only think of it in the middle of the song. This is another song I wrote, a little lightheaded. Catfish cooking in a big old pot. Grease is bubbling so you know it's hot. Learn one thing I ain't never forgot. That's when my mama said, she said, don't touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. Don't touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. Don't touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. Sure enough to burn your. Well, I went to the show with my old girlfriend. And in the room, camping on my new girlfriend. It was about that time. 'Cause I heard my mama say, she said, don't touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. Don't touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. Don't touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. It's sure enough to burn your hand. And I was out late riding on Friday night. In my rear view, you know, I saw a blue light. And I was getting angry, thinking to fight. Then I heard my mama say, she never let me run. She said, don't touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. Don't touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. Don't touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. Sure enough to burn your hand. Well, I came creeping home on Saturday night. Oh, she was angry, itching to fight. And I just thought I'd let her go ahead and be right, because I heard my mama say, she said, now don't touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. Don't touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. Don't touch a skillet if the grease is boiling. Sure enough to burn your hand. Yeah, you're sure enough to burn your hand. Words of caution.
Yeah.
Cautionary tales, shall we say. About B minor. That sounds like it. Sometimes we just do what we want to do. believe that's a John Osborne song. Speaking of John Osborne, here's another one. Feel unhappy. I feel so sad. Lost the best friend I've ever had. She was my woman. I love her so. I'm going through change. I'm going through change. We share the trail. Love together. We found a way to the world that it seemed. Love was blind. Love went astray. I'm going through changes. I'm going through changes. I feel alive. I can see the lights go out. It's too late now. I can't I'm going through change. I'm going through change. Thank you. Still got time for a few more, right? How about E? Oh, hear that engine, number 9, heading south to Carolina. I heard that long some whistle blow, just to be, I can smile. I went and broke my daughter's heart. I hear that long some whistle blow. I was gone here in the cell till my body was like a shell, and my hair it turns white. I never see that gal of mine. I'm in Georgia doing time. Heard that long whistle blow. Well, just a kid acting smart, I went and broke my daughter's heart. Well, I guess I was too young. I'll never see that gal of mine. I'm in Georgia doing time. I heard that long some whistle blow. I heard that long some whistle blow. That's a Lowell George version of a Johnny Cash song.
I like that one, man.
I've been jumping around. I have to read back.
We can do I'm Not Coming Home if you want.
Let's do it. Todd says he wants to sing one. This is a good one here, too. It's off a Hank Williams demo that never made it to the album. So this may be actually the first time you've ever heard this song, even though it's like 80 years old. Excuse me. And please forgive my allergies. I could barely sing. I'm trying pretty tough up here.
Dear, when you get home, there you will find this letter that I have wrote to you. When you read it over, till then you will understand why I'm not coming home anymore. Well, there ain't no use to cry because we say goodbye. Baby, we have discussed that over and over. And so you go your way too. You may life be kind, but I'm not coming home anymore. To cry because we said goodbye. Maybe we have discussed that over and over. So you go your way too. You may life be kind, but I'm not coming home anymore.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
In the spirit of those things. On the Blue Ridge Mountain, where I make my stand. On the Blue Ridge Mountain, it's where I'll make my stand. Rifle on my shoulder, 6 shooter in my hand, and I've been all around this world. I've been all around this world. Doo-doo, my Lord, come and open up this door. Lulu, Lulu, baby, won't you come and open up that door? Oh, I have to come on in, get my old phone. And I'm all around this world. I'm all around this world. Hang me, oh hang me, I'll be dead and gone. Hang me, you can hang me, boys, I'll be dead and gone. And I would not mind You're hanging boys, but you stay in jail too long. I've been all around this world. I've been all around this world. I've been all around this world. We're going to give you another, and then we'll probably shut her down. Got one more, we think. Really? Definitely going to have to get a drink of tea for this.
It's a Jerry number.
Let's do. Let's do. Straight line.
Okay.
We'll leave y'all a song about putting your troubles on an imaginary freight liner and hauling it off to the sky. Just put your troubles in the trailer. I'm gonna flat pick with my fingers. Listen to them big trucks on that highway. Listen to them big trucks. Well, that white freight liner, won't you come home? See Miss Caroline, won't you tell her I'm doing fine? Miss Caroline, won't you tell her I'm doing fine? Bad news from Houston, half my friends are dead. I said there's bad news from Houston, half my friends have died. Well, that white freight liner, won't you come home? Oh, that white freight liner, won't you come home? Oh, that freight liner, won't you come away? Listen to them big trucks whine. I'm going down on that highway and listen to them big trucks. Well, white Freightliner, won't you come home away? I said, now, white Freightliner, won't you come home away? Well, white Freightliner, won't you come home away? Mama. Thank y'all very, very much.
Good one, boy. Oh, they got capoed. Did you catch that?